Good morning, Ben. I think one of my conclusions is that there are a lot of people that have grown up and been in the church life their entire life. They know the Bible, they know that Jesus is a Savior, they love Jesus with all their heart. The trouble is they haven't been out of the church and talking to non-believers that have real questions. And when they do, they just yell at them. I always picture the people with the signs of "you're going to hell" at the gay pride fest. To stand there and try to judge, which is actually a sin, and it tells you in the Bible you're not to tell anybody where they're going. To try to stand there with a sign and tell somebody else where they're going because of a sin, it is ludicrous. That's not how you bring people to God. To try to pretend you have all the answers when somebody asks a question, you just give them an answer versus tell them that, they can find it by maybe reading the section and digging in and understanding. It's not clear and cut. It's not concise. The Bible tells us not to eat lobster. We can eat lobster. I know a lot of Christians that eat lobster. The Bible tells, Jesus said to gouge your right eye out if it causes you to sin. He doesn't mean to gouge your eye out. So when there's so many parables, poems, songs, so many different ways to express in the Bible, it's not straightforward. It's not black and white. You can't take it as an instruction manual and start beating people with it. I call that the Bible thumper, hitting people with the 2x4, the verse 2x4. When somebody starts using verses in a discussion with me, and I'm just trying to understand, and they don't even say what the verse means, what it means to them, what their point is, and they just spout verses, I'm pretty much done. I shut off. I don't want anything to do with that conversation because they're just using their verse 2x4, their Bible thumping. And so being a new Christian, being, only 4 years into my journey, I still remember what it was like to be a non-believer and to be lost. So my goal is to make videos, share, to tell you, Ben, about what I'm running into as I go through my journey so anybody can understand it and see how I've made that transition from where I was to where I am now as a Jesus guy. But I can tell you, man, the church people, the Christians, the Bible thumpers are the hardest people to deal with because they think it's black and white. And I've met a ton that are awesome, super open. I'm in a men's Christian group that the whole group is just, here's what I know today, here's what I understand, I'm learning more, I'm going to learn more. But boy, my church love and been there their whole lives, they're just some of the meanest, most direct, in your face, unreasonable, don't ask a question, just mean people. And they started to rock my journey recently, but ain't gonna happen. I love you, brother. I'm staying with it.